Всем привет, друзья, товарищи, привет Twitch, привет YouTube, привет Good Game. Мы с вами продолжаем трансляцию по Dungeon Siege 3, которую начинаем сегодня уже в третий раз. Все потому, что тупой сервак Good Game, ебанутый, блядь, постоянно производит какой-то дисконнект. И это может оказать непосредственное влияние на качество трансляции на Twitch, на YouTube, то есть рестрим у меня идет. Вот, поэтому перед тем, как продолжить дальше наши приключения, я сейчас убежусь, что на Твиче все в порядке. Либо вы мне можете сказать, что все ок. И после этого мы с вами продолжим. Вот. Мы только что с вами подорвали последний южный туннель. Последний южный туннель подорвали, и мы теперь можем спокойненько бежать к выходу с локации, на самом деле. Что тут все горит? К выходу с локации, причем можем срезать через врата, которые открыли вот буквально только что. Рычаг у нас находится вот тут вот. Тут у нас находились врата. Мы срезаем и оказываемся буквально в самом центре событий. Да, это действительно центр событий. Так, нормально так она по нему захерачила копьем, знаете. Неплохое умение, может быть, оно тоже наносит огромное количество повреждений. Пускай все не подохнут. Так, все, магичка подохла. Мы живы. Возвращаемся в центр локации. Что же это такое начинается-то? Алло. Получайте, твари. Так они и сзади еще такой, ёлки-моталки. Атакуют прям со всех сторон. Так, никуда больше не сворачиваем. У нас тут их так и достаточно, опять их товарищи. Бедная ведьмочка, ты тоже сейчас сдохнешь. Ничего страшного, я спою тебе дифирамбы. Так, двигаемся на север, к выходу из локации. Вот еще одно грандиозное событие, в котором примет участие Финиас. И все это будет еще до сражения с боссом. Огромным зверем, похожим на, ну, я не знаю, на мамонта буйного. Все это будет в ближайшие полчаса.
That drilling sound. It is coming from somewhere below us.
Так, ну тут тупик по любасу, да? Да, тут по любасу тупик пока что. То есть, на самом деле, тут опустятся платформы, и мы сможем пройти чуть дальше. Мы почти уже 27 уровня, сейчас создадим несколько квестов, и стопудово будем на 27,5 уровней иметь. Так, ну тут можно не опасаться, врагов уже нет.
The saints, you're here. The battle has been going poorly for our side.
We'll hold this point. If any of Jane's soldiers break through, they'll have to get past us before they reach the Queen's court.
If those Asonites make it in here, we'll be the Queen's last line of defense.
Jane's forces have been pressing our lines relentlessly. We've had to fall back several times already.
Держитесь, мужики. Я с вами. Так, успели сохраниться. Никто нам сайд-квест не активировал. Это хорошо.
I don't think this court will last much longer, dear. Do you?
You're back. I don't suppose you found the rifle.
I have it right here.
Lord Devonsey was right about you. I don't know how to thank you enough. Please, take these items. I'm sure you'll need them before you've seen the last of Jane Cassinda.
Так, ну что-то он нам дал, прикольно.
I thank you again for your help, Legionnaire. The rifle may not help us much here, but if we survive, it may just turn the tide.
В смысле, может не помочь нам тут? А для чего я тогда его подхватил? Так, сейчас надо сдать квест Финесу.
I hear the tunnels have yet to be fully sealed. I hope my requests haven't distracted you too much from the task at hand. The Pay Knight. You have it. Wonderful. You have ensured the future of geomancy. And perhaps the royal line as well. Please, take these items. They're prized possessions from the royal armory. A fair reward for your contributions.
Так, вот мы получили плюс уровень.
I hear the tunnels have yet to be fully sealed. I hope my requests haven't distracted you too much from the task at hand. Do hurry. I don't know how much longer these tunnels can be held.
All What Glitters quest is done. Отлично. 27 уровень и последний квест. Осталось сдать главный квест нашей королеве. Ну теперь уже нашей. Вообще она не наша, конечно.
I'm told that the tunnels are sealed and Jane's forces are repulsed. That was fine work. Now she's trying to drill her way inside at the base of the deep well. You heard the noise in the tunnels, no doubt.
What kind of drill are we talking about?
Goblin technology. Easy enough to procure if you have contacts in Stonebridge, and everyone does. We acquire our cannons the same way.
Phineas and I have prepared a trap for Jane. It will require all our remaining stores of black powder.
We'll need to shut down the stone stream. Allow the combustible vapors to accumulate at the bottom of the well.
The stone stream? You mean the floating rocks in the middle of the deep well?
Not just the rocks, but yes, that's the most visible part. The stone stream is a system. It extends to every part of Glitterdelve. Think of the mines as a vast living creature. Which they are, in a sense. The stone stream is like a massive set of lungs, drawing clean air from outside, then flushing out the explosive vapors in the mine.
Such a massive system, and it only controls the flow of air?
No, no. It's also like a heart. pumping clean water through the tunnels for drinking and getting rid of waste. It heats and cools the water too, which has the function of regulating temperature in different parts of the mine. Rather like sweat. I suppose there's no perfect metaphor. I'll have to work on that.
And this whole system was built using magic?
Ingenious, weren't they? The dwarves, I mean. They're the ones who created the stone stream. And now they're gone. No way to learn how the dwarves built all this except to puzzle it out myself.
Another casualty of the war. They died to protect my father. And me.
You're saying that the mines are full of explosive gas?
Some parts of the mines, yes. It's especially bad in the deep well, with gases rising from somewhere below. You'll see giant fans all over the mines. They're part of the stone stream, circulating the air so that the vapors don't grow too thick.
And what if the vapors do grow too thick? Has that ever happened?
In the early days of the mine, mostly. Only takes one spark to set them off. The Great Blast of 943. That was 350 years ago, but you still hear stories. Half the mines collapsed. Bad business.
So if the vapors collect at the bottom of the deep well, we can set off an explosion.
And consume Jane's army in fire. If any survive, they'll surely be crushed by falling rock, and their tunnel will be buried as well. I've taken some of the cannons that you saved from the swamp and set them at the bottom of the well. If Jane's forces break through the tunnel too soon, they'll provide a tactical advantage.
What do you think of our plan? Lord Devonsey is sure it will work, but I should like to hear the Legion's opinion too.
This is our best chance to inflict terrible losses on Jane and still keep most of your people alive.
You must think of your own people first, Your Majesty. Jane's army will show them no mercy.
Most of Jane's soldiers are deluded and young. What a horrible way to die, for men and women who are little older than me. I'm sorry. You must think me silly and soft. If you and Lord Devonsey are agreed, then I shall trust your judgment.
Phineas will climb to the top of the well and shut off the stone stream. Will you go with him and keep him safe?
Are you worried about the creatures in the mines, or something more?
The dwarves had good reason to guard the stone stream, especially the main hub, the source of power for the whole system. I've never gotten close to the hub, only studied it from afar. But I'm sure it's protected, and I'm not much of a soldier. I suppose I made that clear enough in the swamp.
So you'll be at the bottom of the well, setting the black powder charges?
Roderick and his men are already at work. They're bringing the last of the charges below.
Phineas will be safe with me, as long as he stays close.
Right. I've got to fetch a few books and scrolls. I'll meet you at the top of the well.
Did gained Radiant Friendship. И что же такое? Что это за награда Radiant Friendship? Бесконечная лояльность и дружба Анжели. Плюс 5 перманентно к атаке. Прикольно. Ну, кстати, можем сменить Анжели на кого-нибудь другого. Раз такие ватрушки.
Please, keep Phineas safe. Don't let him do anything brave and impetuous. Please, keep...
Так, сохранимся. И перезапустим несколько диалогов. Вернее, диалог последний несколько раз. Там было несколько вариантов ответов. Хочется увидеть их все. Они очень любят попиздеть. Бля, не тот сейф, сорян. Еще и сейф не тот. С нетерпением жду, когда поднимусь до 30 уровня. Это, скорее всего, будет уже, ну, я не знаю, даже не сегодня. Чтобы изучать новые умения. Как же мне хочется изучить все умения всех персонажей, но сделать это нереально. Это надо до уровня 40 подняться. Тут просто, ну, столько квестов нет. То есть до 30 еще да. 30 и, возможно, 35, но до 40 не в жизни.
I'm told that now she's trying to drill her way inside at the base of the deep well. You heard?
Can we lure her army into the deep well and drop black powder charges down on them?
A worthy idea. Unfortunately, we'll run short of black powder before Jane runs out of men. But if we made some subtle changes to your plan, used our knowledge of the mountain to tactical effect, then we might accomplish the same goal by slightly different means.
We'll need to shut down the stone stream. Allow the combustible vapors to accumulate at the bottom of the well. The stone stream is... No, I suppose there's no...
Another cat.
You'll see. The great...
So...
I've taken...
What do you think of our plan? Lord Devonsey is sure it will work, but I should like to hear the Legion's opinion too.
I won't lie to you, Your Majesty. The plan could fail in any number of ways, but if we try to face them head on, we have no chance.
No, you're right. We mustn't fear to take a risk. I cannot run from Jane Cassinda forever, for I am no queen at all.
Very good. We're all agreed then. Phineas will climb to the top of the well and shut off the stones.
Right. I've got to fetch a few books and scrolls. I'll meet you at the top of the well.
Так, перезапускаем в 3-й раз, и там будет еще потом 4-й. Насколько вы понимаете.
I'm told that now she's trying to drill her way inside at the base of the deep well. You heard the noise in the tunnels, no doubt?
Another attack so soon? I thought I'd bought us some time by collapsing the tunnels.
She knows I'm here. She won't let her people rest, not when I'm so close.
Phineas and I have prepared a trap for Jane. It will require all our remaining stores of black powder.
We'll need to shut down the stone stream.
So if the vapors collect at the bottom of the deep well, we can set off an explosion.
And consume Jane's...
What do you think of our plan? Lord Devonsey is sure it will work, but I should like to hear the Legion's opinion too.
I prefer an honest fight, face to face.
I could meet with Jane under a flag of truce. If she understood our resolve and the losses her people would face, perhaps she would withdraw for a time.
Your Majesty, you have a gentle nature, but Jane Cassinda doesn't value the lives of her people as you do. She might even seize you, flag of truce or not. If Phineas can disable the stone stream, will you allow me to try my plan at least?
Only if the Legionnaires go with him. I won't send another friend to his death.
Phineas will be safe with me, as long as he stays close.
Right. I've got to fetch a few books and scrolls. I'll meet you at the top of the well.
Отлично. И последний перезапуск.
I'm told that the tunnels are sealed and Jane's forces are repulsed. Now she's trying to drill her way inside at the base.
What?
We'll need to shut.
So...
What do you think of our plan? Lord Devonsey is sure it will work, but I should like to hear the Legion's opinion too.
Devonsey is the general, not me. Just tell me how I can help.
Phineas will climb to the top of the well and shut off the stone stream. Go with him and keep him safe.
Right. I've got to fetch a few books and scrolls. I'll meet you at the top of the well.
Отлично. И сейчас нам надо принять решение, мы оставляем Анжелис с нами или мы меняем ее на, допустим, не знаю, там, Катарину. Почему бы и нет, можно это сделать на самом деле. Побегаем с другими персонажами. Посмотрим, что умеет делать Катарина. 1690. 169, а так 127. 1280. Ну такое себе. Нихуя у него, конечно, не прокачано. Или уж не париться, спокойненько отбегать за... Анжели... 225 тысяч, мужики. 225 тысяч монет. Куда их нахер тратить? Надеюсь, в DLC квесте можно будет их просрать куда-нибудь в стоящее русло. Так, а пока мы идем на вершину колодца, помочь Финису использовать магию Джеомансера, магию гномов.
Lowered the platform for you. Step onto it.
О, спасибо.
There you are. Let's hurry. I should be able to form a path to the center.
The stone stream. To think of the dwarves who built this device and all that they knew.
There it is. I've never been this close. Sad that we must put it to rest. This will take a few moments, and all of my focus. Sentinels! They won't stop until I haunt the stone stream. Keep them back!
More sentinels, just like the ones in the chapter house. You are finished!
It's like trying to hold back a river. I'm trying.
They draw their life from the stone stream. All we can do is hold them back.
It's beginning to stop. Just a little while longer.
We must buy Phineas time. Press the attack.
I have it! It's done. I need to rest a while. Go on, quickly. I'll be safe here.
Ох, жестко. Так, мы остановились в Стоунстрим, я так понимаю. И для чего мы это сделали? А хуй его знает. Тем не менее, я вам обещал в ближайшие полчаса битвы с боссом. Я выполню свое обещание.
Phineas did it, didn't he? The fans have stopped, which means that the well is going to be a dangerous place very soon. Unfortunately, it won't be soon enough. Jane's army broke through and her men are storming into the bedrock. Lord Devonsey and his soldiers are holding them off. Help them buy us some time to get our explosives ready. Then we'll send those bastards to Azanai.
О, я хочу послать этих ублюдков к Азанаю. А куда вернуться? В порт? Это куда? Это туда, где у нас принцесса?
Jane's army has a drill. They've broken through the bedrock.
To the bedrock below! Hurry!
Lord Devonsey needs your help.
Go below, quickly. They need your help.
Вообще они говорят мне идти прям в самый низ колодца, а не возвращаться в этот порт. Но мы попробуем вернуться. Вдруг что-то действительно важное там могут нам сказать. Да и сейф у нас как бы только тут.
I don't think this court will last much longer.
I cannot believe a royal court has come to have anywhere.
Lord Devonsey needs your help. He's trying to delay Jane's army at the bottom of the deep well.
Спасибо. Все-таки да, нам вниз колодца. К тому же на стороне это армии Джейн Кассиндер выступает там настоящие монстры. И с ними должны сразиться другие настоящие монстры. Да, возможно, сейва не будет, но будет автосейв. Потому что, скорее всего, после битвы с боссом опять пойдет множество диалогов, даже ролик, скорее всего. Как бы, надеюсь, что диалогов будет как все-таки можно меньше, потому что я уже заебался просматривать повторно диалоги. Лор, это, конечно, все круто, все дела, но... Бог ты мой, это очень утомительно. К тому же они ничего такого серьезного, важного в развилках, диалогах и ветках не говорят. Там один случай из 10 приходится, когда они говорят действительно что-то важное, даже из 15, один к 15. Ладно, двигаем. Двигаем на помощь нашим комрадам.
Victory! The royalists are fighting below.
Fight for Queen Rosalind!
Мужики, не сдавайтесь. Я не могу сражаться один за всех. Так, вот они пушки приготовили. И даже используют их по назначению.
I'm glad you're safe. Look, down there. We held the high ground, but they're pushing us back. My soldiers need your help. You can take the floating platform to the bottom. Thanks to you, we still have our cannons from the swamp. We'll use them to cover you until Roderick signals us all to retreat. Do whatever you can to delay Jane's army. We need more time for the vapors to build up at the bottom of the well.
Да, вот он автосейв. Ну ладно, погнали.
water down here is already foul, but not enough to burn. Not yet.
Ой, Анжели, восстанови.
Well now, that's a great improvement.
Hold your peace. My Lady Jane Cassander calls parley.
Lower your weapons. We've come here to talk. I would know who leads my enemy's army. Tell me, why is your face so familiar? Are you the child of some lord that I've slain?
You destroyed my family before I ever had a chance to know them. I'm not even sure of their names.
And the girl? The one who stands with you? Why does an Archon fight against her own kind?
Be silent, traitor. You and your handmaids are no blood of mine.
My lady, I know them. These are the Legionnaires who spared my life in Raven's Rill.
Mercy from the Legion? I find that hard to believe. Unless it was some kind of ploy. Violence has always been the Legion's way. Ever since Hugh Montbaron murdered the old king. Did you plan the same for little Queen Mouse?
What did we do to earn your hate? It couldn't have been the death of some distant king.
Some distant king? Yes. He must seem so to you. The old king. The man your Legion sought to murder and displace. He was my father.
And your mother? Who was she?
An Archon. One of the last of her kind. Granted shelter and solace by my father, the king.
If your father was the old king, then you and Rosalind are family.
By blood, Rosalind is my niece. But I will never call her kin. Her family stood by, content to watch, while I destroyed the Legion and avenged our father. Only then did they turn against me. They raised an army to put me in chains. A mistake, they'd tell you. If they were not all dead.
If the royal family turned against you, they must have had good reason.
Good reason? Only if you count jealousy and fear. People had begun to whisper that the king had been my father. They were rumors, nothing more. But they worried the rightful heirs. I had no designs upon the throne. Not then. But neither would I go quietly to the noose. They created the very monster they feared.
Rosalind had no part in any of this, so why fight her?
Because Rosalind is weak. She could never rebuild this nation alone. She'll be forced to rely upon others, like your Legion. And you will have power over her. But that is what you want, is it not? I have no need to make such bargains. I am strong enough to rebuild my father's kingdom on my own. And greater powers, not of this world, have shown their favor of me. I will not fail.
Rosalind said nothing of this to me. Does she know that she's your niece?
Perhaps she doesn't know, if her family kept it from her. What better way to let a shameful secret die?
We've spoken enough about your father and his kin.
Now you know why I lay claim to this kingdom. I am well within my rights.
You say your mother was an Archon? A creature out of myth?
She came to this world with her sisters, seeking the lost gods they once served. Look no farther than the woman who fights at your side, if you don't trust my words. She is one of my mother's kind, whether she knows it or not.
I don't believe any of this. You offer no proof, besides your word.
Does she think this story justifies all the evil she has done? No. She is a monster.
They need not be killed, my lady. We could offer exile, or...
Not to the Legion. No. I have heard the voices of my mother's lost gods. On this day, they will grant me victory over you and the Pretender Queen. This parley is finished. Remain here, and you will be slain. Try to run, and I will hunt you down. We shall not speak again.
Something is coming. Something very large.
Замочу босса, а потом прочтем диалог. Ой, автосейв, что ли? Воу. Как будто бы у него много хп. Давай, сдыхай, сдыхай, давай, мы сейчас сдохнем. Ты сдохнешь. Yes.
The war beast lay dead, its fall testament to the might of the 10th Legion. But it seemed a Pyrrhic victory, as the Azunite army pushed into the deep well. Hundreds of soldiers poured from the tunnels, easily outnumbering the Royalist forces. You and your allies fled before them. But this was not the defeat it might have seemed. Without the stone stream to refresh it, The air in the deep well was a seething cauldron of explosive gas, awaiting the merest spark. That spark the Royalists were all too happy to provide. The explosion collapsed the well, entombing the Azunites beneath the mountain, and shattering Jane Cassinder's hopes of destroying the Queen. Would that Cassinder herself had been buried there, along with her men. But such an end was not her fate.
Jane's army is fleeing down the mountain. The woman lives, but we're safe from her. For now.
The victory is yours. We owe the Legion our lives.
I'm told that Jane spoke to you. She mentioned the old king, no doubt. And the Legion's role in his murder.
She'd say anything to justify the things she's done. Maybe she's starting to believe her own lies.
She was trying to break our resolve. How can we trust her words?
A reasonable explanation, but her words were not lies. Jane Cassinder spoke the truth, as far as she understands it. The commanders of the Legion did conspire to unseat the old king. The goal was never to murder the old king, only to replace him with his eldest son. But the king resisted, and the matter went awry.
You must understand. My grandfather was a monster. Even his own children despised him.
I don't care if the king was a drooling madman. He was still the king, and the Legion had no right to unseat him.
Yes, I said much the same. But my opinion was not shared by my peers. The old king was prone to paranoia, irrational rages. He'd grown jealous of the Legion. We were too rich and too strong for his taste. Before long, he started seizing our chapter houses and estates, threatening to disband the Legion altogether. So Montbaron struck first.
If they didn't mean to harm the king, then why was he slain?
I wasn't there when it happened, but I'm told that the king drew a sword. The man wasn't much of a fighter, more a danger to himself than the Legionnaires. Who knows how he ended up with a blade in his gut? All the parties are long dead, and we shall never learn the truth.
We have a friend, an old Legion scout called Odo. Would he have known about the plot?
No. Montbaron told the rank and file nothing, so that they wouldn't share in his guilt. Little good it did them. They all died, innocent or not.
You were one of the Legion commanders. Weren't you part of the plot?
When the plan was put forward by Montbaron, I spoke against it. We had all made a vow to defend the crown, and it seemed to me that our word should be kept. But all the others disagreed. So I abandoned the Legion, left the hall, out the door, and never went back. The king was in the wrong, yes. But was treason our only recourse? I thought not.
You were the only one who abandoned the Legion over this?
A good friend followed me into exile. His name was Garin Marcel. We served the royal family as generals during the war with Jane. Garin died at the Battle of Drifter's Cross. Phineas is his son.
Jane told me something else. She said that she was the king's illegitimate daughter.
Ah, the old rumors. I can't say for sure, but I am inclined to believe them.
Jane Cassinda shares my blood? What else have you not told me, Lord Devonsey? The woman lost her father. Her family betrayed her. That doesn't excuse what she's done, but at least now I understand. I would ask one more favor of the Legion. Should you meet her again, will you spare Jane Cassinda's life?
Your Majesty, she's been hunting you and your family for years. Why would you ask me to spare her life?
This mountain once bustled with dwarves, and now they are gone. Dead so that I might keep my crown. My parents, my maids and courtiers, all of Lord Devonsey's men. Too many have died for my sake.
Your Majesty, think of the political ramifications.
If Jane Cassinda dies, do you think the cities of the East will bow their heads? No. They will curse us for murdering their living saint, and the war will drag on.
Whereas if we come to an agreement and Jane is kept alive, the war ends peacefully.
You assume that the woman will surrender at all. I wouldn't make such a wager.
If she's willing to surrender, I'll let Jane live.
Lord Devonsey will surely chastise me for my gentle nature, but I am sure this is the right course. Whatever happens, the Legion has my trust and support.
I shall send riders to all the towns and villages that support the Queen with news of our alliance. You have the word of the Royal Court. All Western Ebb will stand united behind the Legion.
You've done it. That's twice that we've survived thanks to your efforts. You will always be welcome here. I hope that I may find a way to repay you someday.
What will you do now?
Well, if Glitterdale is to be salvaged, I must find a way to reactivate the stone stream. I believe it can be done. After that, we'll rebuild and regroup. Jane won't be back anytime soon.
We must return to Stonebridge. Best of luck to you and the Queen.
To you as well, friend. May our paths cross again. Or mine shafts, as it were.
My family should have reconciled with the Legion years ago. I'm glad we're allies again.
Perhaps now we can finally leave this fetid mine.
I thank you again for your...
That Cassinda woman is still strong. She'll be back with an even bigger army.
If not for you, our queen would be captured and we would all be dead.
They're saying that the battle is won. Does this mean that we can leave the mines?
You've turned this war around. If only my sons had lived to see it. Wish I could have stood with you against that Azanite scum.
When my husband reclaims our lands, we shall pay our debt to the Legion.
Нам осталось просмотреть еще несколько дополнительных диалогов, но мы сделаем это после небольшой паузы. Всем спасибо за внимание.